for sitting with me, speaking with us today. So on this breaking through,
Okay.
basically we want you to just share some stuff with us. We just have you talk with us today.
Gotcha.
Share some stuff. You feel me?
Okay.
So let's first go ahead and just have you start off with where you came from. Where you started off at as far as like where you were born.
Okay.
How you came around about and all that stuff.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm from a lot of places. I'm a military brat, but by the way of Memphis, Tennessee, half Memphis, half Germany, military brat. So kind of in between the two of those.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the latter part of it was Memphis. As far as like what you been
right.
Like in your 10 years, something like that.
Right. Since '98, I've been here since I've been in Memphis since '98.
Since '98.
Right.
Okay, cool. So that was a majority older bringing up.
Right. That's where I got my soul from.
That's where you got your soul from. Right.
Right.
That's what's up, man. So basically, let's start off with what you were doing as a kid. Like, did you always do art as a kid, or like where did the passion start for you?
In a sense, 7th grade. I think it started back in 7th grade. I found myself just like in art class. I used to take art class in 7th grade. I used to take those books home, and then even at the end of the year, I used to take those. I didn't even turn them in, just keep them. And during the summer, I used to just kind of sketch out and draw the little Gokus and the Dragon Ball Z characters. So that's kind of where it started from. But I kind of put it down since then too, So yeah.
I got you. So why did you not stick with it initially? Like, what was it that made you like put it down?
It's really just the drive. I mean, even then, I mean, there's as a human being, we all have this certain niche that we have, but if you're too young or too blind to realize what it is, you're not going to necessarily just pick up on it until you retro back and realize, okay, well, this is something that I'm good at, So, and that's just kind of where I'm at now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So did you have any like initial passions or other things that probably like distracted your focus from doing art?
Of course, sports. I'm a huge sports fan, so yeah. I mean,
what kind of sports? Like all sports?
All kinds. I mean, even in Germany, I played hockey, baseball, soccer. I mean, football, of course, for most of my tenure life in high school and middle school and all that. So, just sports in general, yeah.
I feel okay. So let's fast forward into this to painting.
Okay, let's get to it.
When did you officially like transition into this or start going into the whole painting deal? Like, when did that happen?
In search of a hobby and delectation. So just in search of myself, finding myself, what do I like, what can put me at peace. So and just within that search, I've realized, okay, well, art is something that I really just kind of felt like it just kept coming back to me, and that's just where it came from. Yeah. On a genuine level.
Mm-hmm. So you have a true deep down passion for it?
I do. I mean, I have a passion for a lot of things, but art is something that I find peace within. So, most of my paintings come from creativity. I tend, being honest with you, I have a problem with sleeping at night, and so just being able to sit up and think and brainstorm. That's something that I use to my advantage, and so now I take paintings. They literally come from my thoughts. Just actually being up all night, just try to take advantage of time, and if I can't sleep, I might as well try to find out.
So you actually end up coming up with a lot of your ideas from basically not being able to go to bed.
Of course.
So your passion or your gift is keeping you from being able to go to sleep because you had this in you that you got to put on this canvas.
Well, not necessarily. I've always had a problem with sleeping, but I've always had, I've always realized, okay, well, let me try to just to take advantage of the time. And within, afterwards, me trying to find this passion, and I found out, okay, art was something that I wanted to do. I realized, okay, well, what if I put my own twist to it, my own curve to it, So, and that's just kind of where I came from with that, So I couldn't sleep, just stay up all night. What would my next painting be? And, that's just kind of where it came from.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you moved in order to start doing what you're doing.
In a sense, you're right. Yes.
And so you relocated from Memphis to Dallas?
Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee for sure. Yeah.
Right. And so moving to Dallas, like, you know, basically everyone has this fear about, you know, going after what they want to do. And
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As far as the passion is concerned.
True.
So can you tell us a little bit about how, you know, basically the fear played a part of you making the move, and like what, to kind of take us on that journey, like what you were feeling, your emotions and everything like that.
As far as moving and transitioning, it just is something that I've, you know, right as a young being, and, you know, parents, dad in the military, it's just, you always face your fears head on. And, you know, I've always been a deep thinker, if that makes kind of any sense. So me just realizing, okay, well, I've moved around so much as I was younger. Let me try to, you know, apply that to my older self, you know, and just even meeting with a lot of people that you get that experience and that knowledge to say, hey, as long as you're young, try to move around as much as you can, see as much as you can, because once you settle down, have kids, you won't be able to move like that. So coming to Dallas was kind of one of those things that I always wanted to do. I've only seen Dallas once, and that was actually in, I think, 1999. I hadn't touched Dallas. You know, I actually just, other than just seeing it online before I moved, I just, you know, it was just, I picked it because the city has soul like Memphis, but at the same time, it's not as big. You know, I mean, it's bigger, and there's a lot of networking going on around the city, but it's still big, but it's not one of the bigger cities. But it still has a corporate feel to it, and it's a good place for me to kind of network and move around too. So since you've gotten into doing the art and everything like that, what's been some of the stuff that you've seen since taking the leap of faith that you didn't ever think that you would ever see? Just art, really. What I pay attention to. I mean, there's a lot of things, but what I pay attention to which is art. I mean, I see a lot of it. I mean, even in the Deep Ellum area, just kind of passing through, there's just a lot of that field that I'm looking for, that I've been searching for, you know, and that's something that I can use to my advantage too.
Okay, cool. And so I've been following your work and following your brand and everything that you've been doing with it. And so what I want you to be able to share with everyone is like ultimately you've taken something that started out as a hobby as well as a passion, and now you've made this your business.
Right.
And so tell us a little bit about that and like how you end up, you know, transitioning into it being a business of yours now, and, you know, selling your work and all of that. Tell us a little bit about that and how you came about.
I've always felt myself as a businessman. Even younger, in school, you know, I've always sold something. So it kind of made me feel like, okay, well, if I have a hobby, and this is basically, it was only meant to be a hobby. And, you know, and after time, when people take you serious, you have to take your craft serious. And so that's just one of those things that I've done. But like, you know, just to retro back, it's always been a hobby. I always wanted to do it, but I've sold cars for so long and done business in so many aspects for so long. I realized, okay, well, it would only make sense to mesh the two together and try to see, you know, where it goes. You know, us as young people, we spend a lot of time punching the clock and living up to everyone else's expectations. You never get a feel for who your true self is, and that's kind of what I have been in search of. So that's just kind of where it comes from.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So what are the joys of being able to have your own business, and, you know, it's your name on everything, it's your work, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that you're doing for somebody else's, you know, benefit or anything like that. What's the joy of having your own business, man?
The joy is not only like bragging rights, but it's something that it helps, you know, and even in business, you know, and as us as young black men growing up, in order for you to actually get to the next level, you have to reach down and grab someone else. So with that being said, is, you know, it just shows, hey, any young person, any young entrepreneur, anyone that has a passion about anything, as long as you can grab something and practice at it and work good at it, you'll be able to just, kind of flourish at it and actually put it to work, and it may work out for you. So it's just taking all of your, all of your toys and just throwing it out there and realizing, okay, well, I'm not the only one that likes it. So it's just what it is.
So what all do you have going on with it? It's from a business standpoint.
Okay.
Like, do you have a website? Do you have clothing?
Yeah.
What do you have, man?
So I got the so right now I kind of actually, it's crazy. I'm glad you asked me that. It's kind of crazy because I actually put the art thing down for a second. And I've been working on the corporate, the corporate area of it. The website's up, www.JermarDerun.com. So I have that going on. I've also been selling some merchandise, merchandising, which is the T-shirts, which is actually just putting my art on the wall that I have on the wall, on T-shirts, and actually just saying, having support it. And it's actually been going pretty good.
So it's ventured into a clothing line type of deal from the art that you've already put in place.
Right, but it's the same, but it's also going back to the original concept. I only take serious what people take serious.
Exactly.
So, I just kind of take it, play with it. If you take it serious, I'm always sell it. I always got something to sell.
Absolutely. so how did it? This is so dope though. Like,
okay.
I'm really trying to mesh it too. Like, what made you think like, all right, I can take my paintings and put this on T-shirts and then sell it that way?
Right.
Is it because artwork is more expensive and everything, so this is like a better way to kind of slide into it, or how did you even come to that conclusion of putting your art on your shirt?
Good question. It's just something I can't. Me being personally, the work that I've done, it's all come from sheer hard work. I'm being honest with you, art is not necessarily a natural born talent to me. It's just something that I've kind of practiced and I've had a hobby of, and I've just jumped in. So with that being said is, I put so much hard work into my craft. It's like, I don't settle for, and that goes for pricing and everything. So, and with that being said is, it's the T-shirts is something like, okay, well, you can wear my art. You may not be able to see it in my home, or you may not be able to see it up on a billboard or anywhere else, but you may be able to see my piece and say, well, okay, what's that? That's a pretty dope shirt. It's very, it's very, very different. And say, this is a JermarDerun piece, and that kind of leads back to the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's dope. I love the connection on that. Oh, so you didn't go to school to learn art?
No, but I got in school for business. So
You got in school for business?
I've always had a business niche. I just wanted to mesh the two of them.
So you've done all this work, all this artwork just from your sheer ability, just a natural talent?
Yes. Well, in a sense, I started off just like everyone else. Anything that I jump into full-fledged, before anything, I become a student of the game.
Yeah.
Even these two pieces, they're reference pieces, but it's just really, something I had to crawl before I walk. I wanted to be able to say, okay, well, I can do this if someone else did it.
Yeah.
I can get better if somebody else got better at it.
Yeah.
So, that crosses over into selling too. So
this is self-taught.
This is self-taught. This is definitely self-taught. Oh, for sure.
That's crazy. Man, this is beautiful work, bro. Like,
Appreciate
honestly, it's the fact that, like, for me, I feel like a lot of us have it in us where we have these natural abilities that we may just be like, I'm just playing around or
Right.
something or something like that. But for you to be able to take what you've been able to do and you not going to school for it or anything like that is just, it's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in a sense, and that's just the lesson that I preach too. Like I said, it wasn't, and that just retros back. This is not, in a sense, what we call as society God-given talent. It's just hard work and just actually keeping that and loving your craft when it doesn't love you. And that's what you have to learn. So and that was my main mission and vision with art. I wanted to be able to say, to the younger people who feel like, okay, well, I got to go to college and I got to go do this and do that, and then I got to go get a job. No, you have to spend time and actually find yourself, because there's something that you can bring to the world that nobody else can bring, and that's your jewel. And I'm just blessed to be able to share it. So, you know, I just want everybody to know who's coming before me or after me. Hey, just, you know, if there's something that you like, get into it. You know, even after you clock out from work, find that whatever that is that you want to do or you want to be in life, and actually stick to it. And when it doesn't love you, still love it, and it's gonna work out for you for sure.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing I've been hearing lately too, man. Is just the fact that, like, you know, whatever your passion is, whatever you love to do, and if you want to make money with that,
right,
you keep passionate about it, money will follow. Like that
will
come along. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think that's the biggest thing that I paid attention to, and seeing from you, like, just from the first day that I bought a piece from you.
Right.
After this, like, it was like a spark. You know what I'm saying? And so to be able to see what you've gone from there, like, you know, I don't know, it's gonna be
exactly.
Like, you know, tell us about, like, so have you been in any art shows or anything like that? Like,
I've done an art show. My first art show was January 28th. It was a TrapxArt. It was probably going to be the best show that I've ever been in attendance of, or even actually the first show I've ever been in attendance of, but actually probably going to be the first and best one that I will ever be a part of. And I plan on doing, you know, a lot of independent shows after this. Shout out to all the Dallas artists out there. I've connected with a lot of people and networked with a lot of people out here, but that's gonna be one near and dear to my soul. You know, actually, I think that night, you know, just to put you in that vision, you know, we packed up. It was very last minute. I'm trying to ask questions and trying to figure out what should I take, what is necessary, what's needed. I've never done it. And I came home, and after it was all over, man, I just broke down. Just cried. I cried my eyes out.
Really?
I cried my eyes out. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it always goes back to, if you put your love and your heart and your soul into something, good things are gonna come back. I got so much good feedback from that show itself that I had to book other shows it was that ether. I wanted to feel that same way that I felt that night. And that was just something that I can't get back. Even if I can go back, I would definitely go back to the show. As a matter of fact, I should have one of those coming up in the future, but